Yes, action. Back to the yoga journal, and the bowing of the head must be the symbol of they tell you to put you all down or something, isn't it?
You said the bowing of the head.
No, when you said the guy meet him on the plane,
Yes.
and the first thing he put his head down, he mean he's out of his control. You know, there's a symbolism. He's out of his control.
Well, I think it was in his control, but I think he made a decision to protect.
He was embarrassed.
He was trying to protect. He knew he was wrong, but he knew that he was protecting the economic interests of yoga.
See.
By not even the economic interest, but just keeping the myth alive.
Okay.
You know. Because
Okay.
you know, they're telling a certain story. They have a certain narrative that they want the public to believe.
Okay.
They want to say this is legitimate, and over here is illegitimate.
Okay.
And so they don't even want people to know other alternative or other ideas about yoga, because then it was challenged their authority.
Okay.
So you have to look at there was a man named Feuerstein, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was dead now. You know
Yeah, he's
that.
dead. George Feuerstein.
Yes.
And I call him like the godfather of American yoga.
Okay.
Mythology.
American yoga mythology, because he created the myth. You know, like he was like the myth keeper.
Okay.
Of this stuff. And he would say he wrote books and he would put information in his books that says there was never an Aryan invasion of India.
Really? And those
Yeah.
books are still in existence today. So people, particularly in the whole yoga community, they will still be referring to those particular books.
Okay.
And his books are quite recent too. Like his last book only came out in this decade.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's put a stab and a knife and a bullet at this myth. How do we get rid of this myth, or how do we put the myth to rest in that sense, that the myth that they're trying to keep alive?
You gotta read Open into Spirit.
Yeah,
Open into spirit.
The way that I look at it, I think that people, you know, any of us, we believe what we believe until we know better. So I don't see it in such a controlling or negative way. I think it's just ignorance.
Yeah. Can you repeat that again? Because I think Laser liked that phrase. We believe what we believe.
I can't remember what I said.
We believe what we believe until we know better.
Yeah.
I like that phrase.
Yeah. So
Yes.
so I don't see the, you know, for me, when we know something, that's what we know. But if somebody can help you and educate you further, then you need to at least listen.
Yes.
And that is what Open to Spirit does. So let's say from my own experience, I was actually in Somerset, where we're heading now,
Yes.
and I was in a meditation, and they started talking in that meditation about a mythological mountain,
Yes.
and that mythological mountain was Mount Meru.
Okay.
This is pre-Google and all of those things.
Right.
And I started thinking to myself, I'm sure Mount Meru is not mythological. I think that's a real mountain.
Okay.
So I started to do some research around it, and you couldn't find it anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, it's pre-Google.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Pre-Google. Yeah.
And at that time,
like
somebody came to my yoga class. She said to me, well, I've been on Mount Meru. I have a photograph of myself on top of Mount Meru.
Wow.
And then also I had an aromatherapy magazine. And on the front of the magazine, it had roses on the magazine. And those roses came from the foothill
Wow.
of Mount Meru.
Synchronicity.
So I started thinking, okay, obviously this is a real mountain. But what is fascinating is that we went there together, actually, Sarah and myself, we went
Yes.
to Mount Meru.
Okay.
But what is fascinating about it is, first of all, Meru means all things surrounding God.
Okay.
In the yoga tradition, the Sushumna, which is that center cord or the staff of Jehuti,
Right.
is also known as Meru Danda.
Okay.
Meru Danda is the bottom of the mountain, which will be the root chakra,
Yes.
and the top of the mountain will be the crown chakra. And so they have all kinds of practices and rituals and all of those things that are about working with the energy from the root up to the crown,
Mm-hmm.
and how you do that, and particularly around color as well.
Mm-hmm. The one?
Ruwenzori Mountain
Is that South Africa? Or
Range.
is that...
Wait.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
It's,
Jumping the gun, yeah.
the Ruwenzori Mountain
Mountain.
Range,
Yes.
which is Tanzania
Uh-huh.
and Tanzania, what is the other two? Kenya and one other country. So the three countries
Rwanda.
there, not Rwanda, which is the birthplace
Okay.
of humankind.
Yes, yes.
So
Yeah.
you now see that connection.
Yes.
Of
Okay.
course, it's the heartland. It's coming from Africa,
Mm-hmm.
where humans, the first humans.
Yes.
So we talked earlier in this car about Eve.
Yes.
So that is where Eve, the first mother,
Mm-hmm.
who is not known as Eve, she's known as Dendera,
Okay.
where she was born, where the humans then
Yes.
came from herself. So we can take that whole system, which the myth that I heard was coming out of Buddhism.
Okay.
You also talked about Bodhidharma
Yeah, but
and the whole.
272,
you're
yeah.
going towards